The year is 221 BC. In Mexico, the city of Teotihuacan is expanding, on track to become ancient America's greatest metropolis. In Egypt, the city of Alexandria boasts a 130-meter lighthouse, one of the tallest buildings in the world. And in China, a team of craftsmen begins one of mankind's most incredible creations. More than 2,000 years later, in 1974, farmers digging a well near the Chinese city of Xi'an discovered their work. Strange fragments of clay sculpted in human form. Chinese archaeologists dug test probes, which led to a staggering find. 8,000 clay warriors, infantry, archers, generals, cavalry, buried in 3 pits near the tomb of one of history's most powerful men. The brilliant soldier and ruthless conqueror called Cheng Shi Huangdi. More than 2,000 years ago, he unified 7 warring kingdoms into a single empire called China, giving himself the title of First Emperor, and building himself one of the biggest pyramid tombs ever seen on Earth. An ancient Chinese author recorded the splendors of that tomb, its rivers and oceans made of mercury, its replicas of palaces, fully reproducing the emperor's earthly realm. But no ancient text said anything about its underground army. And nothing like the Terracotta Warriors had ever been found, leaving archaeologists and an awestruck world to wonder. Why did China's first emperor order 8,000 life-size clay soldiers for his tomb? Something no Chinese ruler had ever done before. And how did his artists make those 8,000 statues, each nearly 2 meters tall and weighing up to 300 kilograms, something no Chinese craftsman had ever done before? The vast achievement of the Terracotta Warriors demands an explanation. Even for an emperor, they would have cost a fortune. Creating them would have required years of work and endless ingenuity, as workers struggled to make clay statues on a scale never attempted before. And when they were finally finished, they were buried out of sight for all time. Why did Cheng Shi Huangdi go to all the trouble and expense of making them? Nearly 200 kilometers west of the first emperor's tomb, archaeologist Jiang Hongwei is in charge of another tomb where the search for answers begins. In 537 BC, some 300 years before the first emperor unified China, this gigantic pit was the tomb of Qing Jinggung, ruler of the small kingdom of Qing and the first emperor's ancestor. And these wooden boxes are grim reminders of what happened here on the day he was buried. The ritual killing of his entire court.
When Qin Jinggung passed away, he buried 186 living people with him. They were buried in these coffins. Each coffin was numbered, and each victim was also given a number. Every victim was buried in the coffin with his or her number. The position of every coffin had been pre-assigned.
Pride of place went to the ruler's ministers and wives, assigned to the coffins nearest his own. Cruder caskets in the outer ranks held the royal craftsmen, bodyguards, and other useful commoners. All of them killed to serve their lord in death as they had in life. This was the biggest human sacrifice ever found in an ancient Chinese tomb, But it wasn't the only one.